For the last 2 years, I've been harassed for lies, and it's not stopped, and it's gone so far as it has destroyed two of my businesses. These are the lies that were used on a restraining order that I proved to be innocent of in court. This is the evidence that I used, and and I'm continually being perpetuated on the internet, and I am continually being harassed for very heinous crimes that I did not do. And so I'm standing up for men everywhere accused of atrocities, and the legal system does support the women in this regard. So that has been my experience, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being harassed everywhere I go. I'm tired of the lies. I've been trying to move on with my life for 2 years. I have been preaching publicly and privately to co-parent in peace, and it's not stopping. And now I'm being accused of attempted murder, and which is obviously a staged scam, because she knew exactly what her bloggers would do, that are probably on her payroll. I can't prove that, but I can't come up with any other justifiable truth. So here we go. We're going to address one of the things that my ex-wife said about me that brought me so much hate and made me seem like a monster. What it is she said on several occasions is that I yanked her or beat her up, depending on which video it was, and she had a miscarriage. Okay? So first off, I'd like to start off with, this is when we're first getting divorced. I left her because she was telling me to kill myself on a repeated basis, trying to psychologically manipulate me into jumping off a balcony, so I left. All because I would stand my ground on the things that I believe in. Family first, be able to conflict resolution, be able to talk about things. There is no me in marriage, it is we. So, here we go. Here is her devious plan. Right here, she's saying, your license will be taken. You will regret this. You will lose everything. Your opinions stop becoming relevant. The abuse, you're going to see how delusional this is in a second. And she says, I promise you will never work in the U.S. again. Now, that could be just taken as words said in anger and emotional distress, but she actually has taken actionable steps to try to destroy my license, to try to destroy my livelihood, including false allegations of domestic violence, encouraging her fans to make fake reports to my board, and accusing me of very heinous acts related to my children, all of which I've been proved innocent of, both by my board, both everywhere. I've been proven innocent everywhere, because evidence is evidence, okay? And obviously, she's lying. So here we go. I gotta make sure I get this in the right order. So we're gonna talk about this situation where she says I yanked her or beat her up so that she had a miscarriage, okay? So not that one. I'm gonna show you guys conversations between her father and I. Okay. So this is April 14th, 2021. Please pay attention. I'm trying to be calm. The things she say I can't even begin to understand. She's blaming me for the miscarriage, wants a divorce, and is blaming me for everything. But in fact, she drank alcohol, went out to the studio until 5 a.m. and partied while I was away, but somehow it's my fault. I'm so hurt. Literally madness. She's gonna get her children taken away. She's ignorant to the U.S. system. So she lost the baby, right? And this is when she blamed me, but she was going out partying, and she left June alone at home. I didn't know this until later. So she left June unattended at home while she went out to the studio until 5 in the morning and partied. And then the next day, she had a miscarriage. Okay? But yet it was my fault. Okay, so let's think about this rationally. Let's think about this rationally. What was the date of that text message? This is between her father and I, because her father was my confidant and I was trying to get him to help me with the madness, because that's what it was. It was just complete delusional madness. She would come up with stories in her head. One day we had a few drinks one night, and the next morning she woke up utterly convinced that I had slapped her when we had just made love the night before, and it was a very romantic evening. Don't know where that came from. It's like she comes up with stories in her head that just don't exist. Okay, so May 14th, she has a miscarriage. And she blames it on me despite going out partying and going to the studio. So somehow that's my fault. Okay. Now, she had a miscarriage on May 14th. Okay? Let's talk about the rationale. If I had actually been abusive and caused her to lose a child, would she be wanting to have a baby with me again the very next month? Feverishly trying to have a baby with me? This is 1 month later, April 27th, 2021. This is the conception of Athena. Cora told you the news, eh? I'm so happy and grateful that God answering my prayers. Your prayers are powerful, Paul. My gut tells me it's a boy. So this is the birth. This is when Athena was conceived. So it went from I yanked her to, and caused a miscarriage, which all I did was, she was saying some hurtful things. And I grabbed her arm and said, no, let's talk about this. And that, me touching her arm with this much force, caused a miscarriage. Despite her dancing all over the internet the same day. Okay? So next, where's the other one? Okay, so it was common when she was pregnant with Athena that we would get into some sort of dispute, mainly about social media and her behavior on it and how I didn't like it and it didn't represent me well as a doctor. So, what she would do is anytime I would confront her and try to discuss and come to a conflict resolution, she would do two things. She would threaten to kill me, she would threaten to divorce me, and not only that, she would threaten to kill the child, which in this case is Athena. And these are back in 2021. Papa, can you please call me? I'm going to work. She says she's considering killing the child. So how diabolical and messed up is that? The mental anguish that you just want to talk to your wife and come to an agreement, that we had come to an agreement prior to marriage, and every single time I try to express my feelings, they are met with, kill yourself, I'm divorcing you, and in this case, I'm going to kill our child. So, what did I do when she was expressing this level of madness? Really is what it was. I scheduled marriage counseling for us. Which I can say all of this because all of this will be provable in court, which I've already proven it in court. And she has made an admission to apologizing for lying. So, although this is not, I've posted this on the internet before. We're talking about therapy. I learned to give you some physical space when we're heated. And this is me. She hearted it. Your therapist clearly said nothing here sounds like domestic violence. Please don't think of me that way. She hearted it. And then I said, please apologize for your family for telling them I hit them. Only when you're ready. They need to know you're safe. Your father especially. I'm a father and I would want to know that peace of mind. I don't feel comfortable enough. And then she's saying, it'd be silly for me to say, Justin didn't hit me, he only tapped me. He didn't yank me, he pulled me. And the following day I cry because something else happened. What is something else happening? Something else happening is her making some action that I find disrespectful, and wanting to talk about it. Because in marriage, you have to have conflict resolution, and you have to be able to work through problems. It's called emotional intelligence. It is conflict resolution it's important. So she was accusing me of abuse. She was accusing me of actually causing an abortion by my aggressive behavior, which was, hey, please, we need to talk about this. And I was very calm. And then all of a sudden, I caused a miscarriage when she went out and partied, drank, and came back at 5 in the morning, and I'm assuming left June all alone by herself in the house, because we didn't have a nanny then, because she was a stay-at-home mom. So please, somebody make it make sense for me. Why can't I allow her to breathe? She's not allowing me to breathe. She's continually harassing me. There's over 1,200 instances of her harassing me, and her bloggers are perpetuating the lies. So I'm tired of it. I'm proving my innocence. I've already proved it in court, but that didn't stop her from, after I had already proved it innocent in court, to continue to perpetuate the lie on social media for fame, for support, for stars. I'm a poor domestic violence survivor. Please give me money. And all you fools went out there and gave her money. Well, you're hearing it here first, folks. It's not true. Did I call her name sometimes? Hell yes, I did, because I would get emotional dealing with this kind of behavior, and everyone snaps eventually. So there you go. I did not cause my ex-wife to have a miscarriage. I sound stupid and petty. I don't think you guys understand what it's like to be in the medical field and have these heinous lies said about you. It can destroy your career, which is exactly her intent. I just showed you a text message of her intent. And I have multiple of them, if not dozens. So her intent is to destroy my career, because it's what I love. So I have been silent for 2 years, trying to just be peaceful and just let it go. And it just continually gets worse and worse.
And I would like to say an official statement to all the defamation that I have been receiving from a said Justin Dean, here in this statement referred to as Mr. Korobidi. I have been accused of cheating at 5 months pregnant with Athena in my belly. This is about October of 2021, while I visited Nigeria for my friend's wedding. I never did such. If I did anything like that, let my career end today. I never did anything, and I want to blatantly state that in the course of our legal marriage, from 2019 all the way to the separation on March 3rd, 2022, I never cheated on Dr. Justin Dean, aka Mr. Korobidi. I never did. I only admitted to having an affair before I came to the United States, which caused me so much pain in my life than I've ever gotten in my entire existence. This man abused me constantly for months. What happened to be months? In front of his parent, his mother. I called one time telling her, your son just hit me in the face, and picked up my child and looked her in the face and said, your mother is a whore. And what did she say? Sounds like you guys are going at it with each other. Sounds like you guys are arguing like you always do. There was no justice for me until I picked up the pieces of my life and divorced that abusive man in March of 2022. As of the end of the divorce, several of my Koreans came out to talk about how they have been cyberly molested by Mr. Korobidi, aka Justin Dean, and how he had, in the guise of helping them with their lower back pain, lured them into sending lewd pictures of themselves and their entire naked bodies in videos and pictures that he had documented in a sick file that I believe he still has a possession of till today. He coined a lot of women into sending them their nudes. He also did this while he was in practice as a chiropractor in Los Angeles. A lot of women have finally found the strength to come out to talk about how they didn't even know when they did this. A 19-year-old girl in Brazil talked about how she was with him while they were married. He cheated several times, so much so that while I was pregnant with Athena, in Santo Domingo, I went to visit him while he was on a course and I got infected. He administered me with antibiotics while Athena was in my stomach. Partly, I just thank God that it had no adverse effects on my unborn baby. These are just a few things that I endured before I finally made it out of that abusive relationship. I hope this is a little closure, and legal action is on its way for the slander and defamation that I have had to endure over the years. Thank you for constantly being a Korean. Thank you for loving me. I love you so much.